Your brain's aging now, faster than your body. And you've got 4 minutes to fight it. Stop, you thought time was the problem. Wrong. Time doesn't age your brain. Repetition does. The same loop, same shame, same scroll. That's what steals your years. You feel it, don't you? The mental fog. The dreams that once had blood in them now limp like ghosts through your day. You look fine. But inside, your neural clock is rusting. There's a name for this. Neural entropy, the breakdown of organized energy in your brain. And it accelerates every time you obey your default thoughts. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't age by years. It ages by narrative. In Stanford's Center for Neuroscience, researchers found that habitual thought patterns can biologically age your brain faster than environmental factors. Translation? The way you think can decay you faster than pollution. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you challenged your story? Because if you're running the same thoughts, you're rotting in repetition. And repetition is death in disguise. Here's where it shifts. Breath, box breathing. In, 4, hold, 4, out, 4, hold, 4. This isn't relaxation, this is code. It activates your vagus nerve, down-regulates cortisol, and buys you clarity, just enough to interrupt the default program. That's where the reset begins. But it's not enough to just breathe. You need to feel your timeline folding. So picture this. You're standing in a train station. The window beside you is cracked. In the glass, you don't see your reflection. You see a version of you younger staring back, eyes full of velocity. Now watch the train pull away without you. Feel that twist in your gut. That's the cost of default. You've missed that train every day for the last 10 years, mentally, but today we board it, we reverse it. Reverse brain aging isn't a metaphor, it's a switch. And it begins with breath, vision, and brutal interruption. That's step 1. The next, we go deeper. But first ask yourself, what thought do you return to when no one is watching? Because that's where your decay lives. I've listed materials in the description books, data, real tools, not fluff. Use them. Because this next step, it's where you stop being who you've been. Now we go further, because most resets fail. Why? Because they're surface level. You breathe, you meditate, you feel better. Then what? Nothing changes. Because you didn't anchor it. You didn't embed it into your body's memory. Here's how we do it right. Stand bare feet on cold ground. Feel the electric pulse under your feet, imagined or real. Doesn't matter. Now eyes closed. Picture light rising from your spine to your skull. See it pushing behind your eyes. Hold that image while you breathe. This is somatic anchoring, and your body, not your mind, is the key to rewiring. Why? Because 80% of your nervous system is afferent bottom-up, meaning your brain listens to your body more than your thoughts. So teach your body something new. Teach it what vitality feels like, what presence tastes like. Because if your body doesn't believe it, your brain never will. Let's back this with data. A recent meta-study published in Nature Human Behavior showed that individuals who practiced daily somatic visualization combined with rhythmic breath had measurable improvements in neuroplasticity markers even among people aged 60 plus. That means new neurons, new memory capacity, new executive function. You're not too late. But here's the kicker. If you don't do it daily, your old identity wins. So this isn't about discipline. It's about repetition until belief is unconscious. Stop hoping, start wiring, let's shift. Now the visual gets darker, it has to. You're standing in front of a neon sign. It flickers. Behind it, a staircase going down. Each step labeled default, scroll, lie, comfort, decay. You've walked this staircase for years, but today you turn around. You step up. Feel that? Resistance. That's your neural glue fighting you. But resistance doesn't mean it's wrong. It means you're moving. So move. Even if your legs shake, even if your voice stutters. Reset. Again. Now tell me, what happens when your body remembers a version of you that never gave up? That's what we answer in the next breath. But before we go, hear this. There's a page in your timeline that was never written because you stopped believing it mattered. Go write it now. And if you need a blueprint, the books are waiting in the description. Tomorrow is plastic, but only if you act today. You've started the reset, you've felt the shift, but one enemy remains: your memory. It's not a scrapbook, it's a training loop. Every time you revisit a scene, especially the painful ones, you're not remembering it, you're rebuilding it, and your brain, ruthless in efficiency, doesn't care about the truth. It reinforces what you repeat. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Some of your memories are actively training your brain to decay. They loop shame, failure, abandonment, 1,000 silent deaths you never named. That echo chamber of regret, that's your gym. But it's building weakness, not strength. Time to burn it down, but not with suppression. With Rewrite, you pick a memory. Not the worst, just the one that always leaks in around 2 a.m., the one that dims your spine. Now pause. Find the moment inside that memory where you could have pivoted, where a different breath, a different word could have turned everything. Visualize that version. Make it vivid. See your face, smell the air. Hear the voice you never used. Now breathe that new outcome in. This is called memory reattribution loop. And your hippocampus? It will encode that new pattern if you do it often enough. UCLA's Department of Psychiatry found that individuals who engaged in memory recontextualization twice a week experienced measurable reductions in prefrontal atrophy and cortisol saturation. Translation: changing the emotional tone of a memory changes the shape of your brain, not metaphorically, literally. So do it again. Rewrite, repeat, rewire. Because every second you spend looping the old version, you're obeying a ghost. And that ghost will win, unless you stop feeding it. Your identity isn't fixed, it's fire in motion. And today you control the spark. Here's your next micro-action. Tonight, revisit that reattributed memory before bed. Visualize it like it's the first time. Then wake up and act like it's who you've always been. That's the reset. It's not loud, it's not pretty, it's not viral, but it's real. And while the world scrolls, you'll evolve. The next layer? We confront the void, the terrifying silence that opens up when the noise ends. That space between your old self and who you might become. That's where we go next. And yes, I left frameworks for this part in the description too, because it's the most dangerous and the most sacred. You've reset the loop, rewritten the memory, reclaimed the breath, but there's one thing left. The silence, the part where there's no noise, no guilt, no lie, just stillness. It feels like death. But it's not, it's birth. This is the void. The space between your decayed identity and the one you're building. Most escape it. They scroll, they joke, they run. But you stand in it, alone, unscripted. And that's power. Because the brain, when deprived of distraction, creates. So create. Not with words, with embodiment. Here's how. You choose one behavior, something simple, something your future self would never negotiate. Drink water, stand tall, open your window before you speak to anyone. Then repeat, daily, without drama. That behavior becomes your anchor in the void. And over time, the void bends. It becomes architecture. It becomes identity. Not the one inherited, the one built. And that's what rewires time. Not clocks, not creams, not hacks. Consistency, vision, neural defiance. You are not late. You are never behind. You are just obeying an old broadcast. Kill the signal. Now close your eyes, see a mirror, not the one you check before work. The one that shows who you could have been if you'd never stopped. Let it reflect. Let it judge. Let it ignite. This is your time, not to fix yourself, to become yourself. No noise, no proof, just truth. And if your voice trembles as you say it, good. That means it's real. This isn't the end. It's the breach. Tomorrow we go deeper. Because maybe you thought time was the enemy, but what if it was never time? What if being broke mentally, emotionally, financially was the real parasite? And what if collapse could become currency? Watch the next video. Bring your scars. We'll forge something unbreakable. And if you're ready to build in the dark, I've left the first bricks in the description.